G'day guys, welcome back to the Altars. Hope you guys are doing well. Now, we do need to focus on trying to get out of here starting this episode. We've only got a few more days, but I mean, I did say in the previous episode that I am happy to know how many days we have to work with because, you know, at least now that it's not so arbitrary, we've got a bit of a goal to try and work with. So I do want to just make sure that our assignments are correct right off the bat. And I'm just going to pretty much keep the miner on organics for, well, the entire duration, unless something really bad happens. Technician is injured, he's got radiation, but I think we can afford to take him out and have him work on something else. Although, if we want to put someone on, let's say, enriched metals, perhaps maybe it's someone who doesn't have radiation to contend with currently. So let's put a technician in the workshop. He can keep, you know, crafting whatever is queued. Currently just radiation filters. Then we can take him off of that and maybe put him back into the infirmary when we need to. And yeah, I'm just taking a look at our research here. We've got the contemplation room coming up, and I suppose we've got other options here as well. Luminator, anomaly shield, quick crafting. I don't know how I feel about any of these just yet. And I really do want to be able to unlock some of these other things to improve our economy a little bit more, but I think it's going to be a little bit impossible until we get to the next area. The gym might not be a bad idea. And I don't think there's really anything else that excites me at the moment, so we might be able to utilize the scientist for a bit of grunt work, so to speak. But once his research is all over. Now, looking at food, we've got enough cooked meals for at least one more day, which is good. And I'm just umming and ahhing about whether or not upholding 10 is the right idea here. I think it's still the right idea. I know I explored bumping that down to 5, but I think it might not be a bad idea just to have that, and, you know, that's at least another task that people can get into when they're not busy, if that makes sense. So, let's see here. The botanist. So, yeah, we've got raw food coming up, and he's working on that already. But I think we can shift him between cooking and growing food. I think that's not a bad idea. Alright, so organics is really the primary thing. I feel like I keep saying that. I sound like a broken record. But I might go out to the organics outpost and just do a little bit of work to start off with, and then let the miner take over. Okay, so he's on shift now. Yeah, I mean, it's probably better to leave him to do it, right? Because it's a lot more efficient with him doing the work. And I can shift our priority to... I mean, I could use the Luminator to just get more ALX, and that way we can convert that into organics. So I could work my way out this way again. I'm just thinking, or I could work my way here, or even go to the enriched metals outpost and grab some enriched metals. I think I'm gonna see if we can grab ALX, to be honest. That'll be useful. I keep getting stuck on some of these rocks. Just when I'm, you know, in a hurry. Here we go. I think I should have enough for at least one more. Brilliant. Okay, cool. Won't be able to climb that. Actually, no, I should be able to climb it, but I won't really be able to do anything up there anyway. So, heading back. I'm just thinking in terms of production of the refinery, we could do ALX to organics, now that we've got some ALX, and someone could work on that when they're done with whatever work that they're working on. Oh, the technician didn't really say anything about not having any work in there. That's a bit cheeky. Starting to do what the botanist does. So I think we could get him to work on the enriched metals. Everyone looks pretty happy, or at least pretty calm, currently. And that's probably as a result of us sort of hanging out with the technician. He was pretty angry before, although the scientist's not really smiling anymore, so I don't know what the deal is on that front. But I'm sure they'll all make their voices heard. So let me do a little bit of a recharge here. And what we could do is we could head this way to the shallow minerals, which I haven't exactly gathered just yet, right? So there's plenty of anomalies out there, so let's do that. I should be able to take a shortcut here. Yeah, here we go. More anomalies already. Bit of rupidium, which is nice. We haven't exactly seen any of the ones that chase us again. But we've got quite a bit of charge here, so we'll be ready for them. Ooh, that was close. This one's a chaser, I think. Chase that. There we go. I'm thinking perhaps maybe in some of the later areas we might find even more of those chasers, and it might actually be quite difficult to deal with, potentially. Do I even have enough charge to be able to get myself through to the minerals? Hope so. I'm just looking at these guys. They're pretty static, so we'll leave them alone. Yeah, we should be able to extract these. Okay, it's just a little bit. Alright, that's sort of unfortunate, but that's okay. I mean, do we really need more minerals right now? Let's just take a look at our storage, and I just want to have a look at all of the stuff that we have going. Metals looks a little bit low, so it might not be a bad idea for us to continue to work on that. One thing that I'm not sure of is whether or not our organics storage is already carved out from the overall storage compartment. I think it might be, and that could explain that sort of section of the base, which basically looks like it's holding like a bunch of liquid almost, which I believe to be organics. I don't think you can move that around though, but as soon as you expand the base, you can essentially expand that tank, essentially. Grab more ALX. Right, let's head back. And, well, I would say it might not be a bad idea for us to hit the metals outpost and just continue to work on some more metals, since, you know, we will need metals constantly anyway. Let me have a look at production again. Do organics. Okay, the technician is already off shift. And it's... oh, hang on. Wait a sec. What's going on there? So... he does work until... well, he's supposed to work until 9, right? So what's the deal here? Why is he off shift? Oh, I see. Sorry, my bad. I didn't put him in the refinery, did I? That's strange. Why hasn't he been gathering radiation in that case? We want him in the refinery, so let's get him in there. Let's do more organics. Hang on. Can we not make polymers from here? I thought we would need to do that in the refinery. I'll just take a look. Okay. Botanician needs to switch to the kitchen. And... I think things are still looking okay. Oh no! I didn't realize all these anomalies were out here near the base. Bloody hell. So a little bit of radiation there. I guess that's not too bad though, all things considered. Let's go to the metals outpost and let's finish off the day here. Technicians recovered from injury.
Can I take care of this now?
He wants to go to base maintenance. Yes, he can maintain the base. So let's see. Yeah, the miner is taking some radiation damage there, or taking in some radiation rather. But that should be okay. Let me just have a quick look. So we're needing 390. and we're almost there. I think tomorrow we should have what we need to leave. We've got 8 days to sunrise though, so we can still stay here for a little bit more, right? I don't see any reason why we should leave in a hurry. I'll go to the social room and gonna see if we can have some social interactions with different altars. Maybe we go with the botanist. I know he's a bit busy doing stuff, but that's okay. He can take a little bit of a break, right? And as much as I would love to be able to just like skip all of this, I am going to play through it. I might do some post-processing and just like remove some of these sections because, you know, you've seen me play beer pong once before. And we are dominating as well, so...
How? What? Almost. Almost. Huh. Did you see that? Damn it.
Nice. Okay. So, hopefully he's feeling a little bit more relaxed as a result.
I'm a bit rusty. Let's try again later.
Alright. And it is sort of bedtime, isn't it? Is there anything we can do in the meantime, though? So we've got the raw food. I don't really want to add more because we kind of need the organics. More cooked meals, that's coming up. We'll leave the botanist to do that. Maybe the drill cartridge would be good. And maybe I can uphold having at least one drill cartridge at any given time. So I might go to the workshop and see if I can do the work myself until the end of the day. So that's below us. Now, while I'm doing this, I do want to just talk to you guys also about something that I am going to be avoiding to do. And that is to have any of my conversations in the dormitory. Now, apparently, there's some music in the dormitory that causes YouTube to essentially kick up a fuss about copyright. And despite all of my best efforts to, you know, make sure that we're not copyright pinged, unfortunately, you know, even with the game settings, you can't really avoid that. So I'm gonna try to avoid having conversations in there as much as possible. Alright, cool. So 7 more days. We've got plenty of time to gather resources. I think I might keep the technician on repairs because he does need to just repair stuff in the social room there. I might continue doing a little bit of work on the workshop, or in the workshop rather.
I'm done. Should I do this now?
Alright, so he can work on the metals outpost. I think that's not a bad idea. Actually, no, maybe what would be even better for him would be doing the enriched metals, I think. Just because he's low radiation at the moment, so we can take him off of that when he does get a little bit higher. And then... I mean, we can work on the metals outpost ourselves, but I'm more interested in gathering more ALX. Just have a look at production. It's looking good. We've still got raw food as well. So he might be able to go out there and do some mining once he's done with his work, that is. Technician. Yeah, we can leave him on base maintenance. If he's free, we can probably get him to work on Rapidium. And yeah, he'll continue gathering up more organics, obviously. Yeah, things are looking good. I don't know, do we leave earlier than expected? Maybe we should. Maybe it's not such a bad idea to leave a little bit early. Because then we'd have more radiation to deal with as time progresses, right? So let's leave the base itself and let's try to get ALX from this area. Alright, looks good. Bit of organics here. Yeah, so we definitely have enough. We have what it takes to leave. Okay, gonna have to just keep an eye out on people, make sure that they're actually doing work. Yeah, he's still making more meals, so that's good. We're up holding 10, so he's making maybe a couple more. So he should be done soon. Base maintenance. I wonder if there's a way to take a look at what the base is looking like in terms of maintenance. While you're outside of the base, that is. Okay, we've got more anomalies out here. And I think we should be able to clear them. Let's just grab some energy. So I'm not going to use any batteries or anything like that until I know that I'm like super desperate to continue to use energy. There we go. think there's another one over here. Perfect. Alright. Ooh. Some metals here. Just keeping an eye out on radiation levels for the scientist. We're probably going to assign him something else if it gets a little bit too high. Let's just keep an eye out on what people are doing here. So, botanist is not working on anything at the moment. Neither is the technician. So, I think we could give the technician some work to do in the refinery. And we can... actually, let's not do organics. Is this even necessary? I could probably keep my ALX for now. And perhaps maybe I can get him working on... something else. Let's see. Nothing in the workshop needs doing. So I'm thinking maybe an outpost. Storage is looking pretty good as well. We've got a little bit more to go, but then I could perhaps maybe build a little bit more storage to grab even more stuff. Let's assign him the minerals. And then the botanist can work on rubidium. And what I could do is I could then cycle out the scientist and I could put him in the infirmary to just get rid of his radiation. Just want to be a little bit careful about stuff. How are we looking here, storage-wise? Yeah, still a little bit of storage to go. Radiation is incoming. Can I just simply get people to be unassigned from workplaces to avoid radiation? He's already off shift. Okay, they're all off shift anyway. So it looks good. And we don't have storage space, so let me try to fix that. The command center. Don't we have access to better storage? Medium storage. Needs 60 metals, which we definitely have. Some minerals. It is going to increase the base mass though, which means that we'll need more organics to leave. But I don't think it's such a bad idea. Look at that. Okay, it actually needs to be placed horizontally compared to vertically, which we're used to. Okay. Interesting. So our journey cost is now 457. Ooh, okay. But we don't have a big enough organics tank though, right? So what does that mean? Maybe I need to remove one of my small storage. Refund of 30 metals, sure. Yeah, now we're still within the organics limit, I think. So, yeah, we've got to consider how much organics we actually are capable of storing, even. So yeah, I didn't even think about that. Alright, another complication. I'm sort of thinking about whether or not I want to rearrange my base completely. And I keep sort of talking about it, but not actually doing it. So maybe this is a decent opportunity for us to do that. Yeah, let's get it done, because I think if I can avoid having to sort of jump off of the elevator every now and then to switch to a different one, that would be really, really good. Alright, so that doesn't seem too bad. We could probably make things a lot more efficient, like for instance, I could get rid of the small storage and have like another medium storage. I think it's better to have like one medium storage instead of like 3 small storage. Don't quote me on that, I didn't really do the math, but I'm thinking that's probably better. We could move the Rapidium arc, right? But it does need access to, like a corridor or something. I don't really want to put a corridor if I can help it, though. I think it makes sense to have the research lab right next to the Rapidium arc. Let's see. There, and maybe there. I'm just having a think of stuff. I could move the quantum computer. Let's do more medium storage. But then I'm going to remove some of the smaller storage so that we still have the right amount of organics. So let's get rid of you. And I think we can get rid of this one as well. Yeah, so that overall gives us a lot more storage to work with. We've got a kitchen to sort out. Let's put the kitchen down there. Just making sure that everything is still accessible. Dormitory. Yeah, let's put the dormitory there. Might even be able to do like the social room near the dormitory or something. Which, you know, in my view would make a lot of sense. There's a little gap here which definitely frustrates me. The womb. Oh, what is this? I think this might... Oh, this is a... I think this might be an elevator component, which I think I could get rid of. Let's put the womb next to the infirmary. Yeah, I think this doesn't look too bad at all. But you guys can let me know what you think. Anyway, moving on from that, just trying to figure out what else we should be doing. Perhaps maybe... Oh yes, because we've already changed things around, I should figure out where I need to go. Social room. I probably should just hang out with people. And perhaps maybe it's not a bad idea to watch another movie, because we did watch that one movie a couple of episodes ago. People who always finish your sentences. Let's do it.
Nothing like a movie night, right?
Hey man, I was thinking, have you ever noticed how often we
Finish each other's sentences?
Yeah, we have lived together for
Way
too long. Right. I feel like we've probably had
Every conversation two people can have. Right. So we
always know what the other one is.
thinking.
Right.
Right.
But like, specifically, why?
Do we do that? I don't know. Like, where do you think
That compulsion comes from? Not sure, because it's certainly not like a...
endearing quality?
No.
No. Mostly, I feel like we want to just show
That we're like engaged listeners, right? And we're
empathetic.
Yes.
And also maybe a little bit
impatient, right? We're kind of like
insufferable.
Pass me another beer,
know-it-alls.
please.
Can't handle
Yeah. Gonna resolve.
melody. Right. And in a way, does sort of make us
Really annoying.
Right.
Well, like we could totally
Stop if we want to. Obviously, we just have to face
our fears and just never
finish
this
current.
ongoing.
Ew, guys.
Sentence. Right. Can we actually
Stop? I don't know. Sure doesn't
seem like it? But like, I have
total autonomy
over my own
thoughts, right? And I certainly
can't be read.
like a book
It's like my mind tells me
to just stay quiet for sure. But like then somehow the instinct to
finish a sentence.
kicks in as if it's
Totally out of
my
my
control, right? And I'm like stuck in
some kind of sentence
vortex. Hang on, quick. We need to both say the most like random
thing we can think of.
that we would never otherwise
Say.
Right.
My foot has an
Area code all its own. That's
in a Peruvian rug shop.
located entirely
That's
within the
ridiculously
International
amusing.
Space Playstation, and it's a.
Pluvia Stafama State Wells.
Those
were all the things I was
going to say.
And the fake word at the end.
What is happening?
Oh my god. Wait, maybe the reason we keep
Finishing each other's
is
sentences.
because they're not.
Each other's sentences.
Maybe we're actually
Only
one person.
God. Oh.
No, we're just
Good
really
one.
annoying. Right. Yeah.
Good movie. Alright. So, that at least killed a few hours, and people are looking pretty happy as a result. Let me just have a look at all of our alters and how they're doing. Yeah, he's got motivation, which is good. The miner's motivated, so is the scientist, and the botanist. Man, we are doing really good with all of our alters. I'm happy about that. How did that happen? I thought we were doing horrendous at some point. Anyway, let's have a sleep. And, yeah, decide what we need to do in the next day. I mean, we do have a little bit of storage to work with now, so we could just completely fill all of the storage. Sunrise is in 6 days, so still plenty of time. No one wants to have a chat with us about anything, so I guess things are looking pretty good. Let me have a look at the base overview here. There doesn't seem to be anything broken, so I don't think we need to address anything. Let's head out, and yeah, I mean, we've got everyone assigned to do stuff out there. I guess the scientist might be a bit of a concern because he does have a little bit of radiation already, or radiation buildup. I might explore this area once more to see if we can find any more anomalies and just continue to grab more ALX. And if we need to, we can replace the scientist at his work. In fact, I'm just having a think about it here, but we are at 5 food right now, so it might not be a bad idea for the scientists to just simply work in the kitchen for the time being. That way, we know that he's going to reduce his radiation levels. And yeah, I'm just trying to think here, but we don't really need that much enriched metals in my opinion. Or should we replace him? I'm just looking at what other things people are gathering. Rupidium, as much as I like getting rupidium for, you know, maybe making some more altars, I don't really know how much rupidium would it cost for some of the other altars that we're about to discover. Maybe I could put him on the enriched metals instead. And yeah, so we should get some more food, some more enriched metals, and currently just waiting on more organics, obviously, so yeah, good. Let's do ALX. And I don't know, guys, maybe we should leave. If there's, you know, no reason to stick around. A few bits and pieces around here, which is nice. Not enough storage. Did I just take some radiation there? I think I may have. Yeah, I stood a little too close. Alright, so are we saying we can't pick up more organics because we're reserving some of those organics for... Oh, I should have just like crossed here. Didn't really need to use all of our energy. Yeah, perhaps maybe because we're mining for organics, we don't exactly need to like grab all of these organics over here. So miner is working on all of our organics. So I could probably switch him over to, you know, gather metals or something like that, or maybe even enriched metals. Let me recharge. Excuse me? So there's no storage space. Is there a way for us to remove stuff that we don't want then? Yeah, we might need to let go of some of this stuff then. Well, that's a shame. Nothing to regain from destroying this item. So, hang on. Okay, so my initial thought was that the storage space for the organics are essentially carved out already. But that's not the case, it seems, because we can't seem to get more organics. If that's the case, then we need to just make sure that no one is working on the metals outpost. I think in that case, since we've got the materials for it, maybe we should bump up the radiation filters to 5. Maybe repair kits to 5 as well. Use some metals. This will use some organics as well, but I'm okay with that. Maybe we can do like one more mining outpost and one more... actually, we don't need to uphold these, my bad. But we can just build them. Yeah, okay. And then by doing that, we can now perhaps maybe assign the scientist to work on that. And botanist. I think the botanist can go back to doing what he does best. Technician, I think he can do base maintenance. And yeah, we continue to gather organics until we hit 450. Yeah. Let me just see if I can make a head start with removing some of those metals by working in the workshop. Oh, actually that's already happening. Still no storage space. I don't know if this is such a bad idea or a good idea, but to just get rid of some of the materials that we've collected. Maybe we do something like that, and I'm just going to check on whether or not that fixes stuff. It still says that we don't have storage space. So what's the deal? What's the deal there? It still says that we don't have enough, right? So... paused. No organics space. What do we mean by no organics space, though? So now we've got some of this stuff being made. So What I don't understand is this plus 140. Does that mean that we still have some organics that are being used in the process of making this stuff? And that's why the storage is still full? I don't understand that, actually. Where's the kitchen? At the very bottom. So I could perhaps maybe use up some of the organics. Infirmary failure. Oh, the technician's on it already. So I've just used some organics there. Okay, it looks like he has started to collect more now. But why do we still have 140 there? I mean, it's a good thing that we've got a bit of time here to sort of mess around with this sort of stuff and try to understand it. Because I think pressure's probably going to mount in some of the other areas that we visit. So let me take a look at what's going on here. So if I, let's just say, if I removed that and removed that, we do still have a plus 40 here. Is that because we've got some other production going on as well? Yeah, it could be the radiation filters. Okay. Maybe I didn't need to remove the enriched metals after all, which I'm now starting to regret. But that's okay. Whoops, I just want to uphold 10, and we'll leave the botanist to work on that. Yep. Looks good. I might go to the workshop in that case, try to get all of that started. Where are we? Oh, okay, workshop is already occupied though. The scientist is working on that. So provided we complete using all of the organics in the workshop, we should be able to clear some space to then make way for more organics that we would actually store. I think. Man, it's so difficult to think about. So I assume it's okay for us to now gather up more metals in that case. I hope so, because I would like to go into the next area with plenty of metals to work with. Radiation coming in soon. let's head back. I think what I can do is I can spend some more time in the workshop since Scientist is already off shift. Okay, we are tired, but that's okay. I think I can still continue. Alright, time for bed. Okay. So, what I'll do is continue working on the workshop.
Well done. Should I take care of this now?
Yes, you can go to the kitchen.
I hope.
Should I do this now?
Metals outpost, sure, you can do that. And I'm just looking at... Okay, we still have a plus 50 there, so there must be something in production. It must be the greenhouse stuff, right? So if that is completed, then we should have the space for more organics, I think. So provided we don't make like more raw food after this, we should be okay. I might work on some enriched metals in that case. Take on a little bit of
Should I take care of this now?
the radiation. Minerals outpost. Sure, go for it. How are we doing for the greenhouse though? Yeah, it's almost done. So let's take a look. So it's not working on anything, and it looks like that's freed up our organics tank, which is good. So yeah, I find that to be a little bit strange, that the organics doesn't get used up until, you know, the stuff appears, or after it's been worked on, right? So the resources don't get consumed immediately, and that could be problematic. Why not? Let's get the hub pylon researched, and I could start using that in the next area. It just means that we probably do need the scientist to work on that.
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
Yeah, you can work on metals, that's fine.
Looks like we're running out of storage space.
Yeah, okay, our storage space is out. So there's plus 40 now. I don't know what's in production. Oh, must be radiation filters? And I'm okay with the storage being maxed out. It still says plus 40, so what the hell is going on? We have no space More radiation filters. Storage. I might remove some metals in that case. Let's do that. There we go. That cleared that up. I mean, I could just unassign people and just leave the miner to work tomorrow, just so that we eventually get the amount that we need. So it's 434. I think that's fine. As soon as we get that, we might leave. I know we still have 5 days, but there's no reason for us to stick around, I don't think. Yeah, that's the plan. So let me go to our bedroom here, but before we even sleep, I'm just going to unassign people off of the different outposts. And I might not even worry about having the botanist operate in the greenhouse until we leave. So that's the plan anyway. Right, time for bed, and I reckon this is also going to be time for a break for me. When we come back in the next episode, I think the first thing we'll do is we'll start leaving this area for the next, provided we've got the organics. Bloody hell, we've got plus 50 now that we need to deal with. We'll get through that. I reckon. Now that I understand how that works, it shouldn't really be too much of an issue. Hope you're enjoying things, guys. Drop me a like down below if you are. Don't forget to subscribe, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.